Hey everybody, clearing. I don't know. Anyways, a goofy mood today. Let's dive into it. I'm first gonna just pull a quick connection spread and see what are the energies like between the divine feminine and the divine masculine collectives today. Ooh, telepathic and truth. What's this? Waiting. Okay. So there's something both are anticipating. There's an energetic negotiation going on about something. I'm just getting that both twins are anticipating the new energies coming in after the eclipse and what might be happening. That's the vibe I'm getting. So let's see what we get for divine counterparts. Wow, very, very, very cool. And there's that Ace of Swords. It came up again. That's going into the future. So the truth is going to be seen in the connection spot right now. I feel like such a news reporter. We have kindness. Oh, lots of pages. Okay, the Page of Cups, the Page of Coins. So there's kindness, surrender, looking at the future potentials, gazing into that ball. There's just a kind of releasing here. Could be sweet, quick communication as well at this time. There is fear and this upgrading. The Seven of Cups can sometimes be a overwhelm or lots of different options, but in this deck it's talking about the ascension energies and putting unconditional love into all of the different chakra levels, all the different themes, and becoming fear-free. So it does seem like the twins have catalyzed something. The energy has been catalyzed again. Could be small communication, could be just this energetic. We saw the Eight of Wands in the pre-shuffle, so that can mean telepathic or 5D communication. And it's all affected by the cosmic clock right now. Divine masculines are seeing you and this abundant energy. The abundance, the Empress in this deck, is the rise of the feminine, is the divine feminine in Empress energy. Divine masculines are seeing you that way, and the Lovers. So this is the higher love. There's an unconditional love here. They're proud of you. They are in awe. They are amazed. They think you are absolutely doing well, and there's so much water surrounded by being able to go through the emotions, rise up out of this water. Take that how it resonates. But they're seeing you in the highest light, the highest earthly light, I just heard. And for divine feminines, we have surrender. Look at all the water again to this destined path. So you have let go, you're focusing on you or paying attention to your own emotions, divine feminines, and come what may, I just heard. So let's see what the truth is that each counterpart is going to be understanding. It's going from the divine masculine side. This dolphin is going from the divine masculine side on my table towards this truth. So there's something, a curiosity. Let's see, what is it that the divine masculines are going to be understanding regarding the truth? Oh wow, we get this Eight of Swords again, which was the fear in the connection space. So there is some sort of freeing of the mind. Nine of Swords here, sleepless nights, anxiety. There's something being put to ease, possibly about work or inner work. So divine masculines are just curious where things are at, how the vibe is. So divine masculines watching, things are going to come to light and you're going to understand exactly what this confusion is or what these questions are on your mind. It will be illuminated. You will have the truth that sets you free. You're curious about your feminine. You're curious about something going on in their life. You're curious about, I just heard, potentials and where things are at. So with the Ace of Swords, you will be given all of the knowledge that you need to know. I'm going to get an oracle card to see what else. What is the energy? So for you divine masculines that are uncertain about your feminine and whatever this is that you need to know, let's see what you're meant to, what energy you're meant to be in. Linear sequencing, hierarchy, time, and logic. Dimensional planes of perception, number 1. Yeah, so it's all going to fall into place, neat and tidy. So you don't need to know right now. You don't have to worry. So what I'm getting for you divine masculines is, because you are so amped up on and concerned about wanting to know something in particular, this is a period of your development where you're meant to work that puzzle to come back into your own peace and self-soothe and drop into faith that everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be, and that I just heard not all is lost, because we got the card yesterday, have I lost everything, with a huge wave of emotions coming in. So no, you haven't, divine masculines, and the uncertainty is an invitation to your mastery to really bring in composure. I'm feeling quite a pressure on the heart space for the masculines. So breathe deeply, divine masculines, and allow things to be illuminated as they are needed. And for anxieties to be calmed, and trust it will all work out. Okay, what is it we can see for the divine feminines? For this Ace of Truth going forward. Oh yeah, we saw the Two of Cups and friendship. So divine feminines, you're going to know in the future more about the friend zone versus love energy and balance. More about the way the energy works in these cycles. I've said it many times, when the divine masculines friend zone too intense, need space into you, that they're calling like a weather report of the connection, and it's not a rejection of you, divine feminines. So you're going to understand in no uncertain terms, I just heard, how those cycles actually work and what you're meant to do when you get the different cues from your divine masculine as they're reading the energy. When we're in a into you phase, that's when there's focused exploration between the twins, when that's advantageous for the unions, for the connection. When it's too intense, it's usually that the divine feminines are in fear and chasing. When it's need space, it's usually the divine masculines are aware they need to work on themselves for whatever reason, they need to integrate something, or they are aware of something in their karmic lives that they need to deal with. When they friend zone the divine feminines, that's usually when the divine feminine is getting ahead of themselves and needing to focus on things at hand and not conscious of that. So not deliberately like chasing the masculine, but being distracted away from the things that need to happen. Maybe not tidying up loose ends. So yeah, a little bit of an energetic housekeeping list there. Let's get into now the divine masculines. What can we see for how the masculines are looking at the connection? How are they feeling on the heart space for their divine feminines? Emperor and Chariot, and the eclipse energy in both cards. So that's the Emperor to the Empress. The divine masculines are feeling like they are stepping into the highest of Emperor status, and they are looking forward to showing you the real them. Even if they think that it's just friendship at this time, the divine masculines still, it matters so much to them that you view them as that emperor, and they want to move forward with you thinking of them in that higher light. And I just heard, because there have been so many shady misconceptions and pain and hurt and people not being at their best on this journey, I want you to notice though, you're not in union when that's happening. There's a reason for that. But the emperors are preparing to show you their emperor self. Okay. Looking forward to you looking at them in that way, not in the ways that were disintegrated, I'm hearing. What can we see, divine creator? How are the divine masculines thinking and feeling about the connection. What are they wishing for the connections at this time? What is the action being taken? What is the biggest challenge? What is the solution to that challenge? And where are things going in the near future? Yeah, and I'm going to get another card for the feminines as we go. Okay, conscious mind for the divine masculines. I just want to say really quickly, a whole bunch of new spots opened up for the crystal mining. If you've been on the fence, I think I've got 8 more spots. So please reach out. It is so epic. I want to say the formations that were being mined are scepters, so very tantric. They are very phallic looking. They are amethyst, citrine, smoky quartz, and clear. Some are gemmy. They are valued quite high. It's a very high likelihood that you can get specimens that are up to $3,000 each. For your dig fee, you can keep as many of those crystals as you would like. It can be really incredible that way. So reach out for the pricing and dates available if you're interested, because I absolutely would love to see you out there. Okay, divine masculines. What are we thinking? The Magician and the Movement of Cups, the Queen of Cups. So this is not wanting to force anything, but wanting to drop into the intuition, wanting to see what happens. I'm getting a very sensual, luscious kind of slow motion, intimate feeling here. It's like not wanting to force anything, but really now wanting to have that heightened feel into the sensuality of the connection. Woo, that's new. That is a very new. All I'm hearing is French kissing, like literally that kind of like slow, luscious energy. Divine masculines. This and that are true. Yeah, open potential, not wanting to force, being present with what is, keeping open in the moment, feeling into. It's like things could always go either way, but not running from it, being more curious, explorative now. It's just such an interesting vibe. So cool. Okay, what are the masculines feeling on the heart space? Cutting through the confusion. There's more of that eclipse energy. So status quo until after the eclipse, but this is telling me that the masculines are dropping in. They are really like getting their head out of the clouds and realizing that there is some kind of a beckon call through all of the fog right now. This Two of Swords reduces to the Ace of Swords when it's in the reverse, and that is the truth coming through. So divine masculines are also possibly all up in their heads about which way something will go with you, divine feminine. So divine masculines, you will know this truth. It's on your heart. Sincerely, it will be disclosed to you. Think on your feet. So more of the spontaneous energy. We're coming into 0 point and being able to meet in presence now, because so much of the wounding and the work has been done. We're coming into being able to just show up and have an accurate interaction now, instead of all the filters, is what I'm getting. That stands to reason that we're coming through this let it unfold naturally transit, where we're establishing true unconditional love, and then when it's warranted, building on more. So both twins are feeling drawn to this new way of being in each other's presence, where there's not so much anxiety or fear or imbalance and resistance. It's more open and focused on actually seeing the connection for what it is. So interesting. Okay, what do we see for wishes from the divine masculines moving forward? Initiating the next level of more of a spiritual understanding. This was the card that came out with the Emperor for moving things forward, another eclipse analogy. So this is surrendering to the spiritual path, laying the burden down. Divine masculines are wishing bygones to be bygones and to move forward. Divine Feminines, sometimes life stings. It came out in the reverse, and I'm getting that it's not going to sting so much. The Divine Masculines are giving this a shot now. They're really looking forward to moving forward on a more spiritual level, which I might add, I just heard, does not mean strictly friend zone or not. More accurate read of what's actually going on with the energy. But Divine Feminines, sometimes it has stung with the Divine Masculines. There has been a vast polarization. You have, gone through all of the things you hear in the typical marriage vows. Your connection has gone through sickness and in health, good times and bad. Like, think about it. Even though you've not been in a relationship, you are still traveling along with, energetically entangled with this person, and your love has not diminished. And that's the kind of thing that the Divine Masculines here are wishing to acknowledge and to stride with. So Divine Feminines, see that for what it is. And being that this is in the reverse, I believe we're seeing that we're over the worst of it, that now it's more of the harmonizing motion. What can we see for the, oh wow, the actions going forward, the Chariot for another time? I love it when the wish location and the actions follow suit, because that Divine Masculines, I'm always stunned at the amount of integrity and consistency between the wish and the action. You are in alignment, and more times than not, Divine Feminines, we get that, where the Divine Masculines are consciously wishing for certain things and their actions are indicating they are executing those wishes. And so even if they're not coming towards you, they are consistent with the things in their own life that they are feeling led to explore, navigate, be a part of. And that is integrity. That is the building block of the constitution needed to apply to these unions eventually. So cut slack, Divine Feminines, and don't take it personally. You are good. You are whole on your own. And the Divine Masculines always exemplify, for the most part, this integrity. Here we have it again. So moving forward out of the rock bottom, another message that the worst is over in these histories. Learn from the past, Feminines. Yes, we cannot learn from the past until the worst is over. In hindsight, when we're in damage control or emergency or triggering, we can't. But right now, there is this ability in hindsight to learn from the past. So Divine Feminines, learn from the past. Journal it, write it down, put down on paper, what have you seen and witnessed from the past? What can you learn from at this time? Because the Divine Masculines are wishing to move this forward and be in more presence, in your presence, I just heard. So literally make note of all of the things that you have dealt with on this journey and see how far you've come. Focus on the highest interpretations and the wins on this journey, the big picture, the unconditional love, so that you can align with that aspect and learn from any of the lower vibrational things so that they're not recreated. That's what it means when we're meant to look at the red flags. It's not about finding out your DM and chastising, ridiculing. It's more about being aware of the things that don't create union energies and not getting ahead of yourself and glossing over those things, but really looking at them for what they are. They are energetic descriptors. They are not something to be warring over. They are things to discern and witness solutions for. What is the biggest challenge for the masculines? The lack of, or the apparent lack of victory in these love connections. That's the biggest challenge. For the feminines, take a leap of faith. So just because these unions have not been victorious in romantic love yet, fully, completely, ongoing, consistently, does not mean that it won't. Divine masculines are challenged by the lack of victory in the love department here, the romantic love department. What is the solution? Mother of Pentacles, Eight of Cups in the reverse. This is not walking away. This is the not running. So divine masculines are actually being told that I was a little bit in a pause because this is my karmic feminine energy, that divine masculines have been sort of back and forth, especially with third party situations. It's also a lack of nurture. It's also the divine masculines embodying the nurture in their own right, in your own right, divine masculine. But in this case, it's any of the times with the divine feminine that hasn't appeared totally nourishing and nurturing. Divine masculines are not resisting. It's like there's been a double standard. The smallest imbalances in the divine feminine and the masculines have run. Whereas with karmic partnerships, those imbalances, the gross imbalances, have only created more of a desire in the masculines to solve it and to be successful. It's been a paradox. That's changing is what I'm getting. I'm getting that the divine masculines are willing to put space between the karmic feminine energies, but also willing to expand their capacity to hold more space when something appears that way with the feminine. So that's your message, divine masculines, is it's all been part of this becoming and the changing over from one earthly paradigm to another. And that's why there's been such an incessant need to focus on karmic situations. It's a problem solving. Our attention is drawn to the things we are meant to witness and understand. And so, yes, we can sometimes misunderstand that we're supposed to be loving in a long-term romantic way. With those karmic situations, sometimes the incessant focus on them is in order to learn and not necessarily about the person. That can be situations other than karmic partners, but this is just an easy metaphor to rely on here. So divine masculines may have looked like they were obsessed over karmic partners, but it's obsession over the learning is what I'm getting, and the lessons. And it's not advantageous to be obsessed over the divine counterpart, but to build on a foundation of wisdom. And that's the message here, is that it's all been part of this grand love becoming. Divine feminine, keep singing your own song. Keep marching to the beat of your own drum, because that is what separates you from the crowd. For your divine masculine, you are this unique individual, and your song can be heard through this confusion, through the midst, as this energy changes over. So you can just see you weren't rejected. Your divine masculine needed to learn the inner workings of the karmic paradigms in order to shift those on the planet, just like you. So keep doing you. You have this hard-won victory of a unique song. Keep singing it. It has set you apart. Your time is coming. If anything, divine feminine, you've been ahead of your time, and that's been lonely, but it's not been to punish you. Where are the connections going in the near future? Wow, heartache is going to be worked out in real time in the 3D. There's going to be a drop through of the 3D between the twins, and the heartache is going to be worked out. So energetically, some of this heartache is being erased with the unconditional love since February 12th, the Mars-Venus conjunction. That's been healing under the surface, and with the eclipse, there's going to be more of a focus on intimate and specific healing between the counterparts, I'm hearing, and let it shine. So sing your own song, divine feminines, and let it shine. This came out in the reverse. So there is going to be a time when your light is going to shine, when you're going to be able to communicate. This is the throat chakra, but not right now. So in time, when it's appropriate, you will be able to talk to your divine counterpart about this energetic healing that's happening right now. You're going to be coming to the aha moments, the solutions, the awareness, the stability, the capacity to be grateful for everything that's happened and to show how that it has contributed to the long-term success of these relationships. Sometimes it's felt frustrating, but Divine Feminines, look at all the things you have learned about your capacity to love that you did not know before this journey, about how vast love is, how capable you are of loving in such an extraordinarily profound way. Bye for now, everyone.